Have you ever had something stolen from you? Maybe something difficult to replace, your purse or your wallet? You have to cancel all your credit cards and replace your driver's license. You know the drill. That incredible feeling of frustration and helplessness. But suppose they stole something that could never be replaced, like a family heirloom, a collectible coin, or a signed first edition of your favorite book. Now, imagine they not only stole something irreplaceable, but also locked you in your home, indefinitely, with no way out. Hell on earth, right? Not even close. Picture this. It's not your home. It's a prison cell. And what they've stolen isn't a possession. It's your entire identity, your life, your freedom, your very existence. And you have no idea why, because you've done nothing wrong. You try to explain that there must be some kind of mistake, but no one listens. As time passes, the world moves on without you. Your friends drift away. Your spouse, despite their best intentions, eventually moves on. Your children grow up calling someone else, mom or dad. You miss your son's graduation, your daughter's wedding, your father's last breath. You find yourself haunted by the question, what could I have done to change my fate, even though you know the answer is absolutely nothing? You were no match for a conviction-hungry system that cares nothing about actual guilt or innocence. Yet the guilt persists, and with it, a quiet self-loathing, as if somehow you're responsible for what was done to you. Meanwhile, you wake up every morning to the same concrete walls, the same metal bars, dripping with indignity and corruption, and the constant whispering echo that you're here for a crime you had nothing to do with. Your claims of innocence fall on deaf ears because the system that put you here, the one that promised justice but delivered anything but, isn't designed to admit its mistakes. Your appeals are denied, your evidence motions are rejected, your truth is dismissed. And yet, the clock ticks on. You wave goodbye to your youth as it slips away under fluorescent lights behind the razor wire. This isn't a bad dream you can wake up from. It's a living, breathing nightmare in perpetuity. And somewhere, while you're watching this, another innocent person will be convicted of a crime they know nothing about. This isn't hyperbole or sensationalism, it's math and facts. Every year, our courts hand down roughly 195,000 new convictions. With a conservative wrongful conviction rate of 5%, that's 9,750 innocent people losing their freedom annually. Breaking it down further, that's 26 wrongful convictions occurring daily, or one innocent life destroyed every single hour of every single day. Even in 2022, a record-breaking year for exonerations with an astounding 238 innocent people freed, it's estimated over 9,500 wrongfully convicted people would have remained behind bars, representing just a 2.5% chance of being exonerated. On death row, the stakes are even more terrifying. For every 8 people executed in the U.S. since 1989, one has been exonerated. The Supreme Court often speaks of finality as a goal in the criminal justice process, emphasizing the importance of concluding cases and providing closure for the victims. But shouldn't they be just as concerned by the irreversible finality caused by the execution of innocent people? Imagine filling a stadium of nearly 70,000 people, every single one innocent, then locking the gates and walking away. This is the human toll of our legal system's 5% wrongful conviction rate, hidden within the nearly 2 million individuals currently behind bars. That's equal to 1,500 buses full of innocent people, discarded and forgotten in the cracks of the very system that was supposed to protect them. If you're lucky enough to be exonerated, the average wait is 14 years, assuming you have the resources, the support, and the stamina to keep fighting. But how many can truly expect to be rescued from this dystopia? Statistically, just half a person for every 26 innocent people locked away each day. Now imagine you're blessed enough to be one of the extremely few exonerated. You'll walk out of prison with nothing but a trash bag full of your meager possessions, a manila envelope, and the clothes on your back. No job, no credit, no recent work history, as if you never existed. You're simply released, expected to rebuild a life that was systematically and professionally dismantled, with no support, no resources, no roadmap, in a world that doesn't remotely resemble the one you left. And while technology evolved at a snail's pace on the inside, it transformed into something unrecognizable on the outside. Whatever skills you had when you were kidnapped by the legal system are now out of place in a high-tech world. And while some states offer compensation for the years stolen, most only offer a pathetic pittance, suggesting the value of a human life can be calculated like a parking ticket. And psychological studies reveal that exonerees suffer PTSD at the same alarming rates as that of combat veterans. Depression, anxiety, the inability to trust, the constant fear that you're not being believed, or that the nightmare isn't really over, compounded by the knowledge that the system that destroyed your life faces no real consequences. Perhaps that's the cruelest irony of all. Those who orchestrated these injustices, the prosecutors who hid evidence, the experts who testified beyond their expertise, the system that failed at every turn, all continue to operate with the same status quo, their careers intact, their lives unaltered. As Thomas Sowell so pointedly observed, it's hard to imagine a more stupid or more dangerous way of making decisions than by putting these decisions in the hands of people who pay no price for being wrong. It's a system that would rather deny its mistakes than say, "I'm sorry," and admit or correct them. And even if your criminal record is technically cleared, which is no guarantee, Google remembers. Your years behind bars are there for all to see. Potential employers, landlords, financial institutions. And dating, well, that becomes a minefield of explanation and rejection. Because in the world of wrongful convictions, you're guilty until proven innocent, and sometimes even that isn't enough. Freedom becomes a sentence of its own. But what the system never counted on is the true nature of human resilience. Not the glossy, poster-ready version, but the unbreakable resolve of people who know that surrender means letting their oppressors write the ending, a resolve that stands its ground, demands to be seen, and refuses to vanish quietly without a fight. Against all rational decision-making, they choose hope. Not the comfortable passive hope that makes for easy storytelling, but the kind forged in the crucible of impossible odds, raw, defiant, unbreakable. Hope that says, we will not be erased, we will not be forgotten, we will not remain silent, because silence is complicity. And with every day of silence, another 26 innocent people stand convicted. This isn't a story to be passively consumed. It's an indictment of a system that feeds on human disposability, where justice becomes a numbers game and innocent lives are reduced to collateral damage, where 26 people can stand wrongly convicted day after day, and yet the system continues, uninterrupted and unrepentant. Thank you for watching. If you believe this film can make a difference, share it with your community, your colleagues, or anyone who cares about justice. Every conversation, every share, brings us closer to a world where wrongful convictions are impossible to ignore, because justice can't wait.